bring this home in the last couple episodes was really hard. Whether it was drugs or violence or AIDS, we knew a lot of our characters were not going to make it.
The trick is to think about where should this character end? What are you trying to say, and why should that be the end?
There comes a time when we realize that things just don't stay the same.
Tommy Longo's got his eye on the future.
All of the characters begin to take steps towards the next part of their life.
I give you my promise that you shall never walk alone.
That was a real story that happened in the 80s. A porn star married her gay best friend who was dying of AIDS.
It's ironic because Reg is about to die, he's sick, but yet it's a new beginning.
We bring a lot of people together to witness this union, and it's perfect for these characters.
Mike.
We actually took that straight from the real Vincent story. The real Vincent would often get choked up when talking about Big Mike and the allegiance that they had with each other.
If you are a masculine type like Vincent, there's not a lot of expressing emotions. You can kind of not realize how much someone means to you until they're gone.
Everything I see in here reminds me of us.
They were never really that suited for each other.
I got a chance to meet the real Abby. She's not our Abby in any remote way. Her spirit was as advertised, but he was very protective of the accurate details of her life.
We had some.
He had such high regard for her. It was clear that that was the love of his life.
Please don't do this.
She's not a woman that can be taken care of.
Let me pay for your goddamn movie!
She needs to stand on her own and know that everything she does is because she's earned it, she's paid for it.
You live without pride long enough, you find a way to use what little you can get.
It's a tragic situation. It's like Arthur Miller. Both people are right, and both people are wrong. To be honest, I think the real love story is between Candy and Harvey.
You are a filmmaker, and what you are shooting matters.
So she made 89 adult films and one celebrated cinematic classic.
It's based on the movie Wanda by Barbara Loden.
She made a real movie, huh?
Nobody saw that film when it came out, but after she died, people started saying, how do we miss this?
We all looked at the film and said, this is the kind of thing that Candy might get to.
To think that she started out on the street, and then playing in loops as an actress, and then in season 3 becoming a full-blown artist. I think it's tremendous.
Gotta go.
We're closing this establishment immediately as a public health nuisance.
What ended up shuttering most of the sex industry was money. All you needed was a good run-up on Wall Street and for people to look around and say, what can we build with our cash and where? In that sense, Times Square was a ghetto, and capital found it.
In every problem, there is opportunity.
Way back in the first season, we thought, wouldn't it be interesting if Goldman, as an agent of change, was himself entangled personally in the dynamics of the culture?
I'm not a hypocrite.
And here you are.
It felt like we had a lot to write about as a conflicted character. It made it much more interesting to us.
Now that we're victorious, Lieutenant, where do you want to go next?
Pornography's role in American life would just keep expanding. You're affected by it if you're an adult in America, right down to the last beer ad you watched.
We fixed nothing, Gene.
It's not like the male gaze changes or the commodification of women disappears. It's just a matter of who gets paid and what the real estate is.
If every drink is pre-measured, how are you gonna give a regular an honest pour?
We wrote a pilot that begins in that bar with him haranguing the bartender. That's the only scene that we had going into this project 4 years ago.
You ever hear the hi-hat?
That was in present day, and then you flashed back into 1971 and you begin our story. And it survived through the first couple of drafts of the pilot. And then we realized it ruins it because you know that Vincent made it and on what terms. So we decided, no, we can't, we just have to save it for the end.
You can see that he's pretty much a broken man. And all these choices that he's made in the past have come back to haunt him.
That's how we felt after talking to the real Vincent. He has the sinking feeling of being surrounded by the ghosts of his own memory.
That's it?
You get one more taste of everybody, and they're living in the bubble of Vince's memory.
Like I said, no one retires.
Except maybe you, Vincent.
You see a man looking back at his whole life, and you can't help but think about your own life.
What I'm hoping is that you feel that they're going off into the world that we know, and they could be somebody that you meet on the street. Their souls are still there.
And I'm just like Candy in my season 1 outfit, leaning up against a souvenir shop with I Love New York stuff in the windows, and I can't imagine any other way that this piece could end. It's a group effort, truly. It's this woven thing that we made, all of us together.
We had to have a great cast, a brave cast. Nobody's been braver than the women.
To get to tell the story about the history of my home has been an extraordinary journey.
All stories end in death if you tell the truth. There's a high rate of attrition in this particular world. You see both the rise and fall of a portion of a city and the characters that inhabit it.
Deuce is here before us. It's gonna be here long after you and me are gone.